Hey guys, it's Elizabeth again, and I wanted to come on real quick. Let me straighten this, otherwise it's going to annoy me. Okay, there we go. I wanted to come on really quick and talk a little bit more since it's still overcast here and I don't want to go work in the garden yet. I want to talk a little bit about what's happening right now with Kindle and the new Amazon policy about backing up your Kindle and your book files and all of this. And as someone who has been publishing electronically since 2011, so a long time now, I just wanted to talk a little bit about generally what I know is happening, what's actually a change and what's always been the case and maybe people just didn't realize, and then also what your options are as a reader. So when you buy digital content, and I want to be clear, this is ebooks, this is also digital downloads of music, this is movies, this is anything digital you buy, you are not actually buying that thing. You are buying a license to use it via the platform that you bought it. Okay. This is the same for Amazon. This is the same for Spotify. I don't know. I don't use Spotify. Sorry. I use Apple Music, but it's the same with Apple Music. It's the same with like Amazon, your movie library, like pretty much anything you buy in a digital format, not just ebooks, pretty much anything you buy, you are buying a license to use that thing. So unless you buy the paperback, the actual paperback, the DVD of a movie, the CD of an album that you love, unless you're buying that physical object, then you don't actually own it. You own a license to use it. Why is this important? It is important because whatever platform you bought that on, you are depending on them allowing you to still use that. You are depending on them to stay in business. You are depending on them to keep your cloud, or their cloud, your portion of their cloud intact. Okay, so what does that mean for ebooks? Okay, so what that means for ebooks is that you are depending on Amazon to keep your Kindle library in their servers and continue to give you access to that. I'm trying to gather my thoughts here. I probably should have written this out ahead of time. Prior to the 26th, so 2 days from now, you could take this little USB port on the bottom of your Kindle, plug that into your computer, and you could back up your Kindle library onto your computer. That is what they're taking away. Okay, so they're taking away the ability to do that. And I believe not even all Kindle devices even have a USB port anymore or have the ability to do that. I suspect this has less to do with censorship or book pulling or anything like that, and more to do with they don't want to maintain the software compatibility to continue to do that. But it does matter, because if books start getting pulled for censorship reasons, or if, for instance, if you have an indie published book that is picked up by a traditional publisher and you want to keep the indie published version, then that you might lose access to that. That's been a debatable thing. Sometimes you lose them, sometimes you don't. Unfortunately, there's not been a super clear yes or no on that one over the years, because that's been happening for a long time. But if you want to back up your Kindle library, you should do that before February 26th, okay? Because that's the last day to do that. What are your options as a reader? Just keep in mind that every ebook platform that you go to, any retailer, Kobo, who else sells it? Amazon, obviously, books, Apple Books. That's personally, I buy a lot on Apple Books because I'm a longtime Mac user. So any of those are the same thing. Like, you are buying space in their cloud. Basically, you're buying a license to read that book. And depending on DRM of the publishers, you may or may not be able to back up those books and download those to your computer. So obviously, there are programs you can do to strip DRM. I'm not saying yes or no on any of those. So what you can do as a reader is just be aware of what you're actually buying, which is a license to use that content. If you know an author like me who sells books directly, okay, I have a direct store, I sell digital content directly, then you can buy direct from the author. My books get delivered via BookFunnel, which is a separate app. Okay, I don't have my own server. I use the BookFunnel app, and you can read them in the BookFunnel app. I always suggest people, if you are buying anything on BookFunnel or downloading anything via BookFunnel rather, then download the BookFunnel app first, okay, and open that item, whether it's an audiobook or an ebook, in BookFunnel first, and then that kind of acts as a backup to your e-reader. And from there, you can send it to a Kobo, you can send it to a Kindle, you can send it to a Sony e-reader, you can send it to your iPad, you can send it pretty much anywhere. You can back it up on your own computer as well. So that is, if you're buying directly from authors, that's probably your best bet on owning your digital material. But just, I don't want to fearmonger. I don't want to say nobody should buy from Amazon or nobody should buy ebooks anymore, anything like that. But just be aware of what you are buying. And it goes, and remind yourself that it goes for all digital content. So if you have, 1,000 albums downloaded, digital albums downloaded, it's the same thing. It's the same basic thing. You've bought that, but you've really bought a license to listen to it. You don't own the content unless you own the physical object. So that's all I wanted to say. I don't want to be fearmongery or negative or anything like that. Just be aware of what you're buying as an ebook purchaser. Back up your Kindle libraries. That's a great idea to do anyway. And since after the 26th, you will have to depend on Amazon's cloud to do that. I don't know what the policy is for Kobo or Barnes & Noble, Nooks, or any other e-reading devices. So I don't know what their policy is. So, they may have something similar. They may be moving to something similar. I have no idea. But as always, support indie authors, support authors as much as you can. And so if you know that they have a direct store, that's a great way to buy books. I have more and more direct book purchasers all the time, and they own their library. So that's what it is. And that's all I wanted to say. Have a great day. And hopefully that clears up any confusion. I hope that was helpful. All right, bye.